Imagine walking home on a quiet night in 1970s Poland. The streets are empty. The air smells like gasoline and rain. Then you hear it, the low, heavy growl of an engine. A black car glides out of the darkness. No headlights, no driver you can see. It stops beside you, and if you ever see it, the old people say, you don't go home again. This is the legend of the Black Volga, a car so feared, so untouchable, that parents used it to scare children into obedience. But for decades, adults whispered it too, quietly, like they were afraid the car might hear. The legend began in Poland, sometime between the late 1960s and early 1970s. The Volga, a luxury Soviet car, was rare and intimidating. Unlike most small, boxy vehicles of the time, the Volga was sleek, black, and powerful. It was usually owned by government officials, secret police, or people who had power. In those years, power was dangerous. Citizens feared the secret police, known to arrive in black cars and take people away. People who were never seen again. So when stories spread of a Black Volga that kidnaps children, it felt almost believable. Some said it cruised near schools or playgrounds. Others said it appeared at night, its engine silent until it was right behind you. And the moment you noticed, you were gone. Like all great urban legends, the Black Volga changed shape depending on who told it. But there are three main theories that survive today. Theory 1, the government car. In the most political version, the Black Volga was used by KGB or state officials. It wasn't supernatural at all, just a symbol of terror. In Soviet-era Eastern Europe, the idea of being taken away in the night was not fiction. People disappeared for speaking out, listening to Western radio, or even being in the wrong place at the wrong time. The Volga in this story was a ghost of real fear. Fear of power, of control, of silence. Then came the religious version. In the 1970s, whispers spread that the Volga belonged to priests of Satan or even the devil himself. The car was said to kidnap children so their blood could be used for occult rituals or to feed the car's demonic engine. Witnesses described details that never stayed consistent. Windows that turned black when it stopped, doors that opened on their own, a driver with horns or glowing red eyes. And if you saw the license plate, they said, you would die within 24 hours. Theory 3, the vampire's ride. In some regions, particularly Ukraine and Belarus, the Volga was said to feed on life itself. Not the driver, the car. Anyone who touched it would grow weak, pale, and sick. Children who stood near it felt dizzy. Animals refused to go near it. It wasn't just a vehicle. It was alive. Urban legends are mirrors. They reflect what societies fear most. And the Black Volga came from a world of paranoia, surveillance, and silence. In communist Poland and neighboring countries, ordinary people were constantly watched. The government could listen, record, or appear at your door. The car became a symbol of authority and punishment. To children, it was a monster. To adults, it was a metaphor. But there's something deeper. The Volga wasn't just any car. It was a status symbol. At a time when owning a car was nearly impossible, seeing a Black Volga glide through a poor neighborhood was like seeing a ghost of privilege. It represented someone who had power over your life and didn't have to answer for it. That's what made it terrifying. Even today, reports occasionally appear online, sightings of a black car with no driver, usually around old roads or abandoned villages. Some claim the car's license plate is blank. Others say their electronics fail when it passes. In 2008, a man in Ukraine posted that he saw a Black Volga following him at night. He described the sound of the engine as too deep, like it came from underground. The post was deleted within hours. His account was never used again. Could it be coincidence or something more? There's even a psychological explanation. The human brain evolved to detect predators, dark shapes following us, the sound of engines behind us. The Black Volga legend might just be our ancient fear wearing a modern skin. But there's another theory. A few folklorists and paranormal researchers believe the Black Volga connects to an older myth, the idea of cursed vehicles. In Eastern Europe, before cars, there were stories of black carriages that appeared during funerals, driven by men with no faces. They would offer rides to mourners, promising to take them home. But the carriage would drive straight into the forest and vanish. When the automobile arrived, the story evolved. The carriage became a Volga. The faceless driver became a man in black sunglasses. The ritual remained. The vehicle comes to collect souls. Some say the car only appears where blood was spilled unjustly, sites of executions, disappearances, or massacres from the war. It's not hunting at random. It's finishing unfinished business.
Every society invents monsters, but the Black Volga isn't just a ghost story. It's a warning. It warns what happens when people stop questioning power, when fear becomes a part of daily life, when something dark pulls up beside you, and you pretend you don't see it. That's why the legend never truly died. Even now, decades later, people still report seeing black cars idling near schools. And somewhere, a new story is born. Whispered, exaggerated, but carrying the same truth. That evil doesn't always knock. Sometimes it honks.
So if you ever find yourself alone at night, and you hear the soft growl of an engine behind you, don't look back. Because some stories are waiting for your attention. And once you see the Black Volga, it sees you too. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe. I have more legends buried in the dark corners of the world, waiting to be told.